Take three, literally. Take
three.
Take three. I'm just here for moral support.
Okay. So we did. When did we do the last music thing? Saturday, Sunday.
3 days ago.
Saturday, Sunday. One of the two. Last weekend. Right.
The last
Can you
video.
calm down over there? Thank you.
The last video we did was like 3 days ago. It doesn't matter. It was within 3 days.
Today's Thursday. I think it was a little longer than that. It doesn't matter, as she said. So.
Don't worry about them. They're chewing bones. It's fine.
Barking and bowing, chewing, and dropping crap on the floor. It's annoying. It's distracting. Anyway, hello from the YouTube channel of Away Girl.
Do this, and we'll do a thumbnail.
I'm not doing that. So, we talked about music last weekend, right? Mm-hmm. Talked about our finds. So every week, most every week, I'm out at lunchtime, after work. I'll just make a stop here or there, and I always pick stuff up, almost weekly. So this week, since we did one last week, we thought we'd share what we found this week. And we have like 10 CDs.
I didn't find anything.
And well, you don't look.
He found all of it. I'm just here for more
5
support.
or 6 albums. So, you want to start with the albums or the CDs first?
Your albums, they're right here.
Okay, we're going to start with the albums first.
I'll be your Vanna.
The first one that I found.
Tell me when.
I might have overpaid slightly for this. It was $350 maybe.
I don't think you overpaid.
$3.99
at all. I don't think you overpaid at all.
But it's the best of Crystal Gale. It's still sealed.
Hold on, can I insert?
Yeah, go ahead.
Before you get started, I might be the last person to get on the bus. I'm probably the last person to get on the bus. But like about a year ago, I had an infatuation with Loretta
Lynn come apart.
I had a Loretta Lynn come apart. And I got her book. I was watching all the YouTube videos. I was reading everything I could on Loretta Lynn, remember? Mm-hmm. It was weird. I watched Coal Miner's Daughter. I bought the book. It was a whole thing. And although I've listened to Loretta Lynn and Crystal Gale.
Coal Miner's Daughter, too.
Although I watched Coal Miner's Daughter, I've always known who Loretta Lynn is. I grew up on Crystal Gale, like my dad and my mom.
With her long hair.
Did you know they're sisters? I did not know.
I didn't know that until you brought
I didn't
my
know
attention.
Crystal Gale is Loretta Lynn's little sister.
Yeah.
So Loretta Lynn grew up a coal miner's daughter. She grew up out there in the coal mines with her mama was poor, her daddy was poor. Her daddy died at a young age from all the coal dust in his lungs. And Crystal came later. They were moving away from the coal mines by the time, Crystal was already born, but she was a little bitty tiny thing. And when daddy died and mama moved, Crystal was little. So she doesn't remember a whole lot, and she doesn't relate to, and she doesn't identify as
With
a coal miner's daughter.
That makes sense.
Loretta does, because she's older. Crystal came later, and I didn't know that till last year. Fun fact. Crystal Gale, Loretta Lynn are sisters. Carry on.
So anyway.
I know something.
Anyway.
What happens when you read books?
Crystal Gale. It's still sealed. Has not been unsealed yet. This is from...
Is that her greatest hits?
It's a best of. But the song, her most famous song is not on here. And you
Don't it make my
brown eyes blue. That song's not on here. This is from 1987. So anyway, I paid like $3.50, maybe $4 for that. But it's sealed, so that kind of brings the value up a little bit. At some point, her and I will unseal this.
We'll sign it.
And usually when we unseal it, we sign them and date them. On the inside, the inner sleeve, if you will. Thank you.
That's the only words I know.
The next one, so I found that at one, it was like a little private flea market. I found that there. I found a few other CDs, but we'll do CDs next. This other little pile I found at a music store in Muskogee, which is about 45 minutes from Tulsa. I was down there looking at some work, and I was like, I'm gonna stop by this music store because every now and then they have stuff. So and these were all by the way, these are all 99 cents. So the first one is Roseanne Cash, and there's a song on here that I love. Do you know what song it is?
I'll know it when you tell me.
There's a song on here that
let me guess.
That you'll know right away.
Well, let me guess.
No, because you'll know right. I mean, it's obvious. There's a song on here that I love, and I saw the album. It's 99 cents. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting that.
Oh yeah, that's a great song. 7-Year Ache.
7-Year Ache. I don't know
why. What's the tune to that?
It's got the little keyboard.
What's the lyrics?
Tell me you're trying to cure a 7-year ache. See what else your old heart can take. Yeah.
Boys say when she gonna give me
I was like, man, I'm gonna buy that Roseanne Cash album when I saw 7-Year Ache. So got that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm over here trying to get the song.
So the second one, the third one.
He's not hearing me at all.
No, because you're just.
It's fine.
I know it's fine. Exactly.
We're trying to go back in time, and you're hurrying me.
So. The other one that I found, I didn't have to buy this, but I was like, it's 99 cents. It's Laura Branigan's second album. The only song I recognize on here is Solitaire. I don't know if you recognize any of that.
It smells old.
Solitaire, getting lonely. Solitaire.
It smells.
Anyway.
It smells like an old library.
Does it? Let me smell.
It smells like an old school library.
That smells like, so that's kind of water.
It smells like a book you checked out in elementary
That's
school.
That's exactly what that smells like. Anyway, it was 99 cents. It's in good shape.
She's pretty.
So go ahead and buy it.
I don't even know who she is.
Laura Branigan. The next one, I already have this album. This is Catch Bull at 4, by Yusuf Islam, also known as Cat Stevens. Cat Stevens is real folksy. I love Cat Stevens. I've got a greatest hits album that's one of those Sunday afternoon, just put on the greatest hits. Wild Wild World, Oh Very Young, two of his more popular songs. But I saw this, it was in really good condition. It's a gatefold, which usually when they're gatefold like that, this is probably close to an original pressing. But anyway, I found that. I've already got this album, but mine's pretty beat up on the jacket, so I went ahead and bought this, 99 cents. Yep. The next one, I can't tell you why I bought this. Probably because the little clips right here, that usually indicates that it was a DJ copy or a promo copy of some sort, not for retail sale. That's why they clip those like that.
How do you know this?
You just learn it.
Like, how do you know that? I would never know that. It's like a punch hole to me.
Yeah, but that's what they do. Like, if I saw, I'd show you some others that have like different
I had no clue.
Little things like that. But anyway, comment below, Patrick Simmons Arcade. Not familiar with this. Haven't heard it. It's on Elektra. Which sometimes I will look, and I've got two albums back here that I'll show you that I bought them solely because of what I was seeing and kind of going, okay. Sometimes you can get lucky. So this was in really good shape. It was 99 cents. Never heard of Patrick Simmons, but it's on Elektra. It's 1983. I'm kind of an early 80s new wave British synth pop. Elektra kind of had some different artists like that on the label. So I just kind of took a chance on this 99 cents. Haven't listened to it yet. One that, along the same lines, I did take a chance on, and I have listened to this, and it's good. Alda Reserve, Love Goes On.
I love that album cover. It's simple and
never heard of them. Saw the album, 99 cents. Kind of looked at it. I picked it up. I turned it over. Well, it's on Sire. The label is Sire. Sire was a label that was owned by Warner Brothers. Madonna was on Sire. Talking Heads was on Sire. The Ramones were on Sire. Depeche Mode. Some of the Cure stuff was on Sire. So seeing this, seeing the sire label, and knowing what they put on that label, this...
It had to be good.
No, it didn't have to be. So this is 1979, right in that beginning
All the good people were on sire.
of synth. So I took a chance, and I listened to this the other day, and it's really good. So... You just said that.
If what I said was, let me talk for a second. All those famous people were on a sire label. So what does that tell you about sire? And I'm like, so if you saw that and all these big names were on the sire label, it had to be good. And you're like, not necessarily. And then you're like, it was really good.
Well, you take a chance on it. You're rolling the dice.
Take a chance on me.
But for 99 cents, you can take a chance on stuff.
Who sings that?
But if... Take a chance. I don't know.
Blondie?
No, it's not. Alda Reserve. If you've heard them before, comment below. The other one that I bought, again, kind of the same story, the Motors. I had never heard of the Motors before. However, I turn it over and I'm looking. Jacket's in good shape. I'm like, what is this? Turn it over. It's 1977. Okay. Where did I see... here it is. Produced by Robert John Lang. Okay. Well, that's what grabbed me. A lot of times if you turn albums over and read, if you don't recognize like who's in, like maybe you don't recognize who's in the band, but look and see who the producer is and stuff like that. This is Robert John Lang, 1977. Well, Robert John Lang went on to become Mutt Lang. You've probably heard of him. He produced Def Leppard Hysteria. He was the producer for AC/DC Back in Black. So when I saw Robert John Lang, I was like, okay, I'm going to buy that. I haven't listened to this yet, but I did a little bit of research on the Motors. They're a British band, and they had a little bit of this is their first album. By the way, this is the U.S. copy. The British version had a little picture of the band, like, hey, jumping or whatever. So a little bit of trivia there. We haven't listened to this yet, but we will. What do you think, Kurt?
It's fabulous.
On to the compact discs. Would you like to do the first compact disc?
George Strait.
George Strait, Oceanfront Property. We already have this album. However, pausing. We're pausing. Pause button.
I don't know how pause will work on this. I've never. Can I finish a sentence?
Sorry.
I don't know how pause will work, so roll with whatever just happened.
We push the pause button.
I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen.
Okay.
I usually make separate videos and connect them, but here we are. We'll see. Okay. George Strait, Oceanfront Property.
We already had that album.
All my exes live in Texas. Y'all want me to start singing? I can sing probably every song on this album. Probably not.
Am I Blue? Am I Blue? Yeah, that's a good song. Oceanfront Property, of course.
I can't name all these.
1987. Anyway, we already had that album, but this was $1. And by the way, when you buy compact discs, always check them. Pull it out. Make sure the disc is clean, because you can still buy. Don't buy discs that are all scratchy and nasty. Make sure you check them. I only buy good discs, so make sure you do that.
I'm gonna need you to shut up for a minute.
Number two.
I'm just gonna sing. I'm just gonna start singing. Stuck on you. I got this feeling down deep in my soul that I just can't lose. Guess I'm on my way. Mighty glad you stayed. Don't worry, I can't sing. Y'all know that. I sing anyway. Name that artist. It's Lionel.
Lionel Richie can't
Stop.
slow.
Don't start talking yet.
Sorry.
I'm a huge American Idol fan. I've been watching since first season, and Lionel Richie has been a judge for the last 3-4 years. I love that the new network took over American Idol because they take this competition a lot more serious. I love the fact that Luke, Katie, and Lionel, you can laugh. I love the fact that those are the 3 best judges, although I miss Simon Cowell and his smart-ass dry upfrontness. If you sucked, he was going to tell you you sucked. And in the music industry, tough love is necessary. So I do miss Simon Cowell. However, I love the fact that Lionel Richie is a judge. And who doesn't love Lionel? Can't slow down all night long, all night. Penny Lover, how'd that go? Penny Lover.
No, that's Secret Lovers.
Oh, what's Penny Lover?
Penny Lover. Like I need you.
Okay, Love Will Find a Way, the only one running in the night.
Running with the Night.
Hello.
And Hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
So Lionel Richie, Can't Slow Down. Another
I
album.
wonder where you are.
Another album we already had, but All Night Long, Penny Lover, Stuck on You,
How come I can't think
Running
of Penny
with the
Lover?
Night, and Hello. That's like 5 or 6 hits off this one CD. So 99 cents.
Who doesn't love
You
Lionel?
gotta buy it.
Who doesn't love Lionel?
Next one.
I love Lionel. Joe Cocker's Greatest Hits. I can't even see. I get by with a little help from my friends.
You Are So Beautiful.
You are so beautiful
I don't recognize
to
the other song.
me.
With
Can't you see?
Joe's Mind, Black Eyed Blues, I think it's Tangerine, Cry Me a River, You're So Beautiful, Feeling Alright, Ghost Lady. Anyway,
We love Joe.
Joe Cocker's Greatest Hits, 99 cents. Again, clean disc, checked disc. These three, these, go ahead. Sorry. Next one's CCR.
He's getting mad.
I think we might already have this CD. But go ahead and tell. I mean, every song, there's like 20 songs, every one of them's a hit.
I mean,
Susie Q, Proud Mary, Bad Moon Rising, Green River, Down on the Corner, Fortunate Son, Who'll Stop the Rain, Up Around the Bend, good Lord, Looking Out My Back Door.
Have
Have you ever seen the rain?
My back door.
I mean,
Have
just
you ever
one hit after
seen
another.
the
Creedence
rain?
Clearwater Revival.
Okay,
Mark Neff, I know you know this one.
Mark.
Mark Neff knows CCR.
He's loving your skin, by the way.
We're going to see John Fogerty in 1 month.
Okay, Creedence Clearwater is one of my favorites of favorites of favorites. To me, CCR and Rolling Stones are just like, they're right here.
She really likes CCR.
I love CCR. I always have. I remember them when I was a kid. Their music, his voice kind of has that scratchy, rough thing going on. Put this on the side because we're going to listen to this later.
She wants to listen to that later.
A little away girl fun fact. I love CCR. I love them.
If you didn't get that through the previous paragraph, she'll tell you now. She loves them. She loves some CCR. That's
Love
why
it.
when John Fogerty was coming, I was like, that's a no-brainer.
Duh.
Next one up, baby. Who's this?
I can't even read that.
Temple of the Dog.
Who's that?
Circa 1991. This was the beginning of the grunge movement. This was a mesh of Pearl Jam and Soundgarden.
Means nothing to me.
You may remember the song Hunger Strike. I'm going hungry. Anyway, that was their MTV song. Temple. This is a great album all the way around. You don't see much of it because people that have them hold on to them. Anyway, saw this. I paid a little bit. I think I paid $1.99 for this. I might already have it, but I don't think I do. So CDs right now, I think we're up to, I think we've got about 600. So we're always adding to that, but I had to buy that.
I don't know anything about that.
The
Or
next
that.
one, which one's this one, baby?
I don't give a
Name it.
tool.
It is Tool. How did you know that?
Because it says tool
Where?
right there.
Where? Oh,
there.
right there on the edge.
I don't give two flips about tool.
Tool Undertow. Really, in my opinion, this, what is this, 92. This came out, Tool is a band all unto themselves. And this was their first, now they had an EP, extended play, which was called Opiate, prior to Undertow. But this was their first big album. Back in the MTV days. What? Back in the MTV days, sober. Now, you gotta like that genre of music, I realize that. And if you're listening to Crystal Gale and Roseanne Cash, you probably don't care for Tool. But, lots of different time signatures. I'm a Tool fan. Seen him in concert. I don't have... this is another CD that I've probably had 5 or 6 copies of through the last 30 years. But I don't have one presently. So I paid $4 for this. But actually, on eBay and stuff, they usually bring $7 or $8 for this CD. So, we're good there. The next one, I bought 4 CDs this evening, waiting for my wife for dinner. I stopped, made a little stop. The first one's Tangerine Dream. I don't know a lot about Tangerine Dream. I can't even name one song by them. But I know they were kind of a hair metal. They were kind of at the end of hair metal, beginning of alternative. This CD is from 1990. So I've heard of Tangerine Dream. 1990, it was 99 cents. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to grab that. I do that sometimes. If you like it, great. If you don't, that's fine too. The second one, the Monkees.
Yes!
An introduction to the Monkees.
Listen, I was excited about this one.
Yeah, and
I was so pumped.
This is one that, like, everybody knows who the Monkees is. I saw it, and I'm like, do I buy it? Do I not? Do I buy it?
Did you watch their show?
No, I
used to watch their show.
Did.
Like, I love them.
But on this, you've got I'm a Believer, the second track. Everybody knows I'm a Believer. Daydream Believer is also on it. And there's another one on here. Which one is it?
Daydream Believer.
And Homecoming Queen. I don't remember the other song that I saw in this. But anyway, it's the Monkees. It's a greatest hits. If I find a greatest hits album and you know who the band is, whether it's 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, you find a greatest hits album. And the Monkees are...
Who's this guy?
The Monkey, that's...
the drummer was my favorite.
That's Mickey Dolenz.
He was so fun. He was the most exciting one of the whole band. He always had a happy face. He was cute. He was always just...
That's Mickey Dolenz.
He was always up front to me.
And he was in the Hollywood van. What do they call them? They hung around the club in L.A. and it was Alice Cooper and Mickey Dolenz and like some rockers.
He was always so fun to me.
Anyway, the Monkees' greatest hits. Gotta buy it. It's history. It's music history. Next.
Wow. Jerry Reed.
Jerry Reed. Freaking.
Jerry
And I saw that
Reed.
and I'm like, oh, I'm buying some Jerry Reed.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We gonna do what they say can be done.
Among when you're hot, you're hot. When you're hot, you're hot. Also on here is She Got the Gold Mine, I Got the Shaft. Well, they split it all down the middle, but they give her the better half.
As it should be.
Well, it may sound kind of funny, but it hurts too much to laugh. She got the gold mine. I got the shaft.
What was that other country song where she got the double wide?
Jerry Reed.
What's that other country song? She got the double wide. And I don't know, but we need to hustle.
Last but not least, we're at 23 minutes.
Okay, good.
Finally, Ronnie James Dio.
Who's that?
Dio. I don't know. You would know it. They were heavy metal. This is from 1984. Ronnie James Dio, after Ozzy left, you probably already know this, after Ozzy left Black Sabbath, Ronnie James Dio was the lead singer of Black Sabbath. But this is classic stuff.
Listen.
So when you find a Dio CD for 99 cents, you just buy it. So there you have it. That's my 99 cents worth.
So, your last music video, we've got a lot of comments, and there's a lot of people who have been following me for a long time who like a lot of music that I would have never thought they'd like. And I love hearing you guys tell me about There's some of you that have been with me for a long time, and you bust out with I love Tool, I love Kiss, I love all these heavy metal bands, I love Soundgarden, and I'm like, I would have never guessed that. And I don't know.
There's a couple people that are like, I'm a metalhead.
Yeah, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I've known you for 5 years through YouTube, and I never knew that about you. So I love it when you guys tell me what kind of music you're into, because I'm not really into heavy metal. I get into Metallica, and there's some that I do like, but y'all may not have known that I absolutely love and adore CCR. You may never have known that. So when you leave your comments below and you tell me who you love and adore and what you love in music, it's always a surprise to me, because it's really sad and stereotypical that you're like, okay, this person is probably a lover of country, and then they bust out with, I love freaking Tool, I love Kiss, and you're like, what? So that's always exciting.
And by the way,
you know, that's always fun. When
I just realized that I missed some like 5 CDs, but we won't go into it.
Where?
They're over here somewhere.
We'll do another video.
We're
30 minutes in.
Yeah, we're 6 minutes in. So. But anyway, yeah. Cheers. And we listen to all kinds of music here. We listen to 50s music. We've been known to listen to Richie Valens and O'Donna over on the turntable with a 45. We've been known to listen to Delta Blues all the time.
Oh, love
starting
blues.
From Robert Johnson to John Lee Hooker to Muddy Waters to...
And on that note, next weekend, all of us...
Going to Memphis.
We're all going to Memphis. Are y'all ready to go to Memphis next weekend? Pack your bags, because we're going to Memphis.
Yeah.
We're going to see Van. Not just me and Shane. Y'all are going too. We're going to see Van Morrison. Hopefully Richard Johnson will be there. Who else?
We're going to go with Sammy Hagar in the Circle.
Sammy Hagar, y'all ready to go? You're coming with us.
Sammy Hagar in the Circle, who is Michael Anthony, bass player for Van Halen. As you know, Sammy Hagar sang for Van Halen. And then Jason Bonham, John Bonham's son, who was the drummer for Led Zeppelin. That's all one band. Seeing Van Morrison, we're going to try to see Dirty Honey, who is a newer band out now. Listen to Dirty Honey. They're very much classic rock.
What's that one girl that's going to be there that I'm not a big fan of, but you are kind of?
Sarah McLachlan. Yeah, I don't care about seeing Sarah
If we
McLachlan.
catch her. So this is the Memphis Music Festival. So there's
Beale Street Music Festival.
Beale Street Music Festival. So there's going to be like 25, 30, 40 artists there. How many? A lot of artists.
But it's 3 days. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So whoever we catch, you'll definitely be seeing Van.
We're also seeing Smashing Pumpkins. But the big three are Sammy Hagar and the Circle, Van Morrison, Smashing Pumpkins.
Van Morrison.
Those are the big three.
I could go and see Van and nobody else, and I would be so happy.
Yeah. And then we're going to hang out on Beale Street.
Y'all ready?
And we might go to Sun Studios.
Oh, when I go to Sun Studios, I cry. So Shane took me to Sun Studios.
We'll go to the Lorraine Motel where Martin Luther King got shot.
We'll go eat at Arcadia.
Which is literally like a block away from the arcade restaurant where that was Elvis's favorite restaurant, and he was a regular there. Apparently, he would call at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and they would open up the restaurant just for him.
For peanut butter and
this is all like Beale Street and Sun and Lorraine Motel.
Well, and there's probably people watching that live in Memphis.
Yeah, probably, but it's all just like in this. It's like, holy crap! There's so much music history right here.
So the first time I ever not the first time I went to Memphis, because I went when I was a kid several times. But the first time I ever went with Shane, he took me to Sun Studios. I think I've told y'all this story real short. We went to Sun Studios, and they play a clip. They play a clip of Elvis Presley's very first recording ever, and he recorded it for his mama. And I stood there. So Shane was standing here. Turn toward me. Shane was standing here against the wall, and I'm listening to the oversound, whatever you call it, the voiceover. And they're doing a tour of this room, and they were talking about. It makes me emotional now. I grew up on Elvis. I was raised on Elvis. My parents were divorced, but they had Elvis in common. So if I was at my dad's or my mom's, Elvis was on the radio. So I was raised on it. Like I had posters of him, whatever. I was raised on Elvis. So Elvis is like in here, right? He's like in there. And so when we were in this room and they played Elvis's very first recording, I got so overwhelmed that I had to turn towards Shane's chest.
Yeah,
I broke. Yeah. I broke because we were in a group tour, and I didn't want everybody to see me cry. So I turned around, I put my head in his chest, and I got so overwhelmed with it.
So
there was so much. And Sun Studios is about this big. It's as big as my countertop, but there's so much. You can feel the history there. You can feel the music.
Yeah.
And you get to touch the walls and the microphones, and you get to stand where Elvis stood. And it's
the studio itself, the recording room, is the same as it was in 1956.
They haven't changed a thing.
In 1955, and so.
And if you love music, it's overwhelming.
And there's still recording artists recording there today.
It's overwhelming.
They've got the microphone that Elvis recorded Blue Suede Shoes on, which was a Carl Perkins song.
So Jenny and Mark just went there.
I know, and he's got a picture, but it's that microphone that he recorded Blue Suede Shoes on, and you can grab it and take pictures. I mean, but it's right there in the studio.
And they turned Elvis away.
Yeah, in the beginning.
They turned him away, and he kept coming back.
Sam, I can't remember his last name, but it was the receptionist. So when he came in to record that song, he was recording that song for his mother's birthday. He was 18 years old, and he comes in, I want to record a song for my mom's birthday. And he records that song. Well, it was the receptionist that kept going, this guy's got something. This guy's got something. And the owner of the studio was like, and he was sponsoring singers and things of that nature. Jerry Lee Lewis went through Sun Studios, Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins,
everybody.
A lot of those today, early artists.
Everybody.
But he kept going, no, I don't hear anything. And she kept on and kept on. Finally got him a look again. And he almost turned him away again. If you watch that movie, I can't remember what the movie was, but he almost turned him away again.
But they have a recording of his first recording.
Very first recording.
They have that, and they play that, and it's
crazy.
It's overwhelming. Okay, let's quit talking. 32 minutes.
All right, we're at 32 minutes.
Okay.
And
we love you.
Cut.
The Lord loves you more. Cut.
You guys done with your video?